There's a video circulating online right now of a woman claiming to be 85 years old, and if you saw her walking down the street, you would not guess that number, not even close. And when people ask her secret, she doesn't mention expensive creams, she doesn't mention injections, she mentions two ingredients sitting in almost every kitchen and bathroom cabinet in America right now: castor oil and baking soda. Now before you roll your eyes and click away, stay with me, because I'm going to show you exactly what these two ingredients are actually known for, what's realistic to expect, what deserves genuine caution, and what's simply internet exaggeration. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's worth trying, and what you should honestly skip altogether. Hey there, and welcome back to Ageless Style Secrets, the channel where we help women over 60 look and feel their absolute best, without needing a dermatologist's budget or a medicine cabinet full of products you can't pronounce. If you're new here, welcome. I'm really glad you found us, because today's topic is exactly the kind of honest, practical conversation this channel was built around. And if you're already part of this community, welcome back. Get comfortable, because today we're separating fact from fiction on one of the most talked about beauty trends currently making the rounds online, and I think you're going to find the real story even more interesting than the headline. Before we get into it, if this is your first time here, please subscribe before we continue. This channel is built specifically for women who want real, honest advice, not empty promises, and you'll want to be here for what we cover next. If you're finding this valuable already, go ahead and tap that like button, and drop a comment letting me know if you've heard of this castor oil and baking soda trend before today. I want to know how many of you have already tried it. Alright, let's get into exactly what's really going on here. Part 1. Why this trend exploded online. So here's how this whole trend usually starts. Someone posts a video, often an older woman with genuinely great, radiant skin, and she mentions this simple 2-ingredient routine almost in passing. The video gets clipped, shared, and by the time it reaches you, the story has grown from, "This is part of my routine," to, "This is the secret to erasing 25 years off your face." That's just how trends spread online. A small grain of truth gets stretched further and further with every share, every re-upload, every dramatic new title added along the way. It's worth understanding why this specific combination caught on so widely too. Castor oil and baking soda are both incredibly cheap, both sitting in most people's homes already, and both have decades of folk history behind them, used by grandmothers and great-grandmothers long before skincare became a billion-dollar industry. That nostalgic, grandma knew best feeling makes these kinds of videos incredibly shareable, even when the actual claims attached to them get exaggerated along the way. So let's actually pull that grain of truth out and look at it honestly, because castor oil and baking soda are both real ingredients with real, documented uses, just maybe not the miraculous ones the headlines suggest. Part 2. What castor oil actually does. Let's start with castor oil, because this one genuinely has some legitimate, long-standing uses worth knowing about. Castor oil is a thick, rich oil that's been used for generations, mainly because it's deeply moisturizing and packed with fatty acids, particularly one called ricinoleic acid, which has natural anti-inflammatory properties. It comes from the seeds of the castor bean plant, and it's actually been used in various forms for centuries, long before it became a viral skincare topic. For skin, this means castor oil can be genuinely helpful for dry, rough patches, because it forms a protective layer that locks in moisture far more effectively than lighter lotions. Many women use a small amount around the eyes, along the jawline, or on particularly dry areas as an overnight treatment, and wake up with visibly softer, more hydrated skin. That's not an exaggeration, that part is simply how emollient, fatty oils work on the skin barrier. They sit on top of the skin and slow down water loss throughout the night while you sleep. For hair, castor oil has also been popular for scalp massages, because the same moisturizing, anti-inflammatory properties can help soothe a dry, irritated scalp, and some women report their hair feeling thicker and shinier with consistent use, largely because a healthier scalp environment supports healthier hair growth. It's important to say clearly though, there isn't strong scientific evidence that castor oil dramatically speeds up hair growth beyond supporting a healthier scalp, so temper expectations there rather than expecting overnight miracles. What it can genuinely help with is reducing dryness and flakiness on the scalp, and adding a noticeable shine to the hair shaft itself, simply because it's coating the strands with a protective, glossy layer. One more honest note here, castor oil is quite thick and heavy, so a little truly goes a long way. Using too much can leave hair looking greasy rather than glossy, so most women find success using just a few drops, warmed slightly between the palms, rather than applying it generously. Part 3. What baking soda actually does, and where caution comes in. Now here's where I want to be really honest with you, because this next part matters for your safety, not just your curiosity. Baking soda is a mild abrasive and it's alkaline, meaning it has a high pH. It's often praised online as an exfoliator, something that can supposedly buff away dead skin and reveal fresher skin underneath. Here's the problem though, and it's an important one. Healthy skin actually sits at a slightly acidic pH, somewhere around 5, and that acidity is part of what protects your skin barrier from bacteria, irritation, and moisture loss. Baking soda, being alkaline, sitting much higher on that scale, can actually disrupt that natural balance if used directly on the face, especially on skin that's already more delicate, which becomes more common as we get older due to naturally thinning skin and reduced oil production. This can sometimes lead to increased dryness, irritation, redness, or sensitivity, the exact opposite of what most of us are hoping for when we're chasing softer, more radiant skin. Some women do use baking soda occasionally as a very diluted paste for specific things like calming an occasional breakout, but even then, dermatologists generally recommend caution, patch testing, and limited frequency, rather than regular facial use. So if this trend has you considering mixing baking soda directly into a facial treatment, I genuinely want you to pause on that. It's not that baking soda is a dangerous substance in general, it's an incredibly useful household product for cleaning, cooking, and plenty of other things, but applying it directly and repeatedly to facial skin isn't something most dermatologists recommend, and it's important you hear that clearly rather than just following a trend blindly because a video made it sound simple and magical. Okay, quick pause here, because I want to know your honest thoughts so far. Have you personally tried the castor oil part of this routine, the baking soda part, both, or neither? Drop a number in the comments, 1 for castor oil only, 2 for baking soda, 3 for both, or 4 for neither. I'm genuinely curious how widespread this trend has actually become among our audience. And if you're finding this video helpful, this is your reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. This channel exists specifically to help you sort through trends like this one with honesty rather than hype. After subscribing, tap that like button too. It genuinely helps this video reach more women who could use this information before trying something that might not be right for their skin. Alright, let's talk about what a safer, smarter version of this routine can actually look like. Part 4, a safer, more realistic version of this routine. So if the appeal of this trend is simple, natural, affordable skincare, and it absolutely can be, here's how to get those benefits without the risk. For castor oil, a small amount applied at night to dry areas, the under eye area, elbows, or particularly rough patches, used consistently over weeks, can genuinely support softer, more hydrated looking skin. Consistency here matters far more than quantity. A little bit regularly works better than a lot occasionally. A simple nighttime routine could look like this. Cleanse your face as usual, let your skin dry completely, then warm just 2 or 3 drops of castor oil between your palms and gently press it into drier areas, avoiding your eyes directly. Let it absorb overnight. Many women find combining it with a lighter, everyday moisturizer underneath works even better, using the castor oil almost like a sealing layer on top to lock everything in. For gentle exfoliation, instead of baking soda, consider something with a pH closer to your skin's natural balance, like a soft washcloth, a gentle store-bought exfoliating cleanser, or even a small amount of finely ground oats mixed with water, which exfoliates gently without disrupting your skin's protective barrier the way baking soda can. This gives you that same, fresh, renewed feeling many women are chasing with the baking soda trend, minus the potential irritation. Alright, one more quick pause before we wrap this up, because I want to make sure this information actually sticks with you. If you're planning to try the castor oil routine we just walked through, drop a comment saying, trying it, and if you've already decided baking soda isn't for your face after hearing this, let me know that too. I'm honestly curious how this changes people's minds. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time, because we cover topics exactly like this every single week, cutting through online trends with real, honest information you can actually trust. Like this video too if you've learned something new so far, it truly helps this channel keep reaching more women. Okay, let's talk about why that woman in the viral video probably looks so good in the first place. Part 5. Why the woman in the video probably looks so good anyway. Here's something worth genuinely considering. When you see a woman in her 80s with beautiful, radiant skin, it's rarely because of any single 2-ingredient hack, no matter how the video is titled to grab attention. It's almost always a combination of factors built up over decades: consistent sun protection, staying well hydrated, a healthy diet, not smoking, genetics, and yes, sometimes simple, consistent skincare habits like the moisturizing benefits of something like castor oil. Sun protection alone accounts for an enormous amount of visible skin aging, far more than most people realize. Women who've worn sunscreen or protective clothing consistently for decades often show dramatically fewer fine lines and less sun damage than women who haven't, regardless of what specific products they've used along the way. Hydration, sleep quality, and stress levels also play a much bigger role in how skin looks and ages than most viral videos ever mention, simply because "drink more water and manage your stress" doesn't make for as catchy a headline as a 2-ingredient miracle. The real takeaway isn't "these 2 ingredients erase decades," it's that simple, consistent, gentle care compounds significantly over time, and that's actually a far more encouraging message than any single miracle hack could ever be, because it means the small things you do consistently, starting today, genuinely matter, regardless of where you're starting from right now. Closing. So there you have it, the honest breakdown behind this viral castor oil and baking soda trend: what's genuinely useful, what deserves some caution, and what a smarter version of this routine can actually look like for your skin. If this video helped you understand the reality behind a trend you've probably seen floating around online, that's exactly why we make videos like this every single week, cutting through the noise so you get real, honest information instead of exaggerated promises. So here's what I'm asking. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new video the moment it goes live. After that, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new today, and drop a comment letting me know if you'll be trying the safer version of this routine, or if you're steering clear altogether. Share this with a friend who's mentioned this trend to you, she'll genuinely appreciate the honesty. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video.